Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
20th of February, Shamrock FC. We have yourself, Matt, joining me right now. You're taking on Tyler Claussen. Now, the fight is very, 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 very close. Now, I imagine all you're doing at the moment is eating clean and just probably doing a little bit of cardio. There's not much else to do, really, is there?
Well, I train pretty hard all the way up till about a week before. I don't really change much of my training. The last week prior to, I'll take it easy, make sure I don't get, catch an elbow or any kind of crap like that. As far as eating, I eat. I don't really have to watch my diet as much. I'm only 15 pounds over, and I got 3 weeks, so I walk around only about 185. So it's a pretty easy cut for me down to 170. So.
No, that's fine. It does sound like that's plenty of time, and it must be good staying close to your weight class, I'd imagine, because it's looking that these days fighters now are looking to have to stick around to their weight class. Those extreme weight cuts are slowly starting to become a thing of the past, especially with the IV bans and just kind of general health matters that come into these large weight cuts. So do you think that fighters are starting to realise that as well?
Yeah, I've always fought at 170. I mean, I don't like cutting weight. I mean, no one does. And I could probably make it to 55 if I really wanted to, but to me, it's like that. I just don't want to put myself through it.
Yeah.
To me, I'd rather be fresher. Let the other guys cut 20, 30, whatever pounds. I'll cut my 15, real quick, and not even have to sweat it out. And I'll come in, more fresh and hopefully have that advantage. But yeah, to me, it's just a big pain in the ass, and I think it's good that it seems like they're getting towards getting rid of all those big weight cuts. I think it's healthier. It's better, for us fighters. It's not good to completely drain your body of all the liquid and nutrients that it needs. So I think you possibly end up having actually more competitive fights with people cutting less weight, because their bodies aren't so drained and beat up by the time the fight actually comes around. So, but yeah, it's also one less thing I have to worry about. A lot of guys, stress over it. I've seen teammates just kill themselves stressing and trying to make the weight, and it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah, I was going to say you nailed it there with the fact that there's a stress factor and somebody can be in the past, and it looks like people are, not wanting to cut. They want to come in fresher, because like you say, guys who are making these big cuts. It sounds crazy to think that guys are cutting huge amounts of weight, depriving their body of all these, minerals that they need and everything, and then expected to perform at the highest level 24 hours later. The logic there doesn't quite work, and like you say, you might get more competitive matches. You'll get guys who are more in tune with their body. They're at a more higher physical peak than they would be without these massive cuts. And have you found that yourself? Like you say, you're not cutting that much to get down to your weight class. But do you think maybe if they introduce other weight classes, would that entice you to go to them? As in, I think it was California that suggested, like 10-pound difference in the weight classes. So instead of having a 55, you'd have a 60, a 70, a 180, 190, etc. Would that then, for example, if that was there, would that entice you to change your weight class as well, maybe?
It might, but I've gone down to 60 before, one time, and it was absolutely horrible. That was back early in my amateur career, and I wasn't really cutting weight very smart.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely horrible. Like, I pretty much thought I died in the fight. It felt that bad. But yeah, I mean, it would be a possibility, but by the time that all comes around, I mean, I'm not going to be in the sport much longer anyway, so it's it wouldn't really affect me.
Oh, I tell you, my last weight cut was, I felt like I was dying. I remember I was lying down on the floor where the weigh-ins were happening, literally like about 15 yards away from the weighing scales, 20 yards, about 20 yards away from the weighing scales, and I just lay there waiting for my fight to get announced. And then when it got announced, I got up, just took my clothes off, stood on the scales, put my clothes back on, and lay back down on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
It was just I literally I remember staying on the I remember I had like electrolytes and all this stuff and all your food and stuff. I had it next to me on the floor, and I had to nibble. I couldn't eat the food quick or drink the drinks quick. I had to sip and nibble the stuff, and I was there probably on the floor for like another hour, just lying there because my body just wouldn't. I knew I couldn't have got any further. It was terrible. Oh yeah.
Yep. Like when I went down to 160 that one time, my coach, Mike Rogers, actually basically walked me up to the scale, let go, and then had to grab me. It was bad. And I tried eating afterwards, and my wife drove home, and by the time we got home, I got out of the car and threw up all over the driveway. Like it was horrible.
Yeah, I regret that.
Being a little smarter with my cuts.
Yeah, mate, I was the same. I regretted that day. Oh, it was just horrible. I remember I was trying to eat my food with a knife and fork, and my hands were cramping up, and I couldn't hold the knife and fork long enough to cut my food. It was a good one, that one. Whew. And we are crazy guys, though. We do this
all the time.
Oh man.
Then you go out there and you perform, and a lot of guys, they still perform well. Imagine how they'd perform if they didn't put themselves through that crap.
Exactly, yeah. I'm with you on that.
It just seems logical.
I'm with you on that as well. I think that if guys just maybe didn't cut as much weight, or if there was more weight, I think it's more the fact that if there was more weight classes available, you would probably see less of the extreme weight cuts, because the guys would realise the fact that, for example, the worst one I think is 185 to 205. That's 20 pounds. That's a big cut. It's a big.
Yes, it is.
I don't understand how they don't have a weight class in between a 195. I just don't understand how they don't have that. And again, I think we see a lot better performances out of fighters if we had those kind of weight classes around. I think it's just a learning curve. These stages now, even at this day and age, it's still just a big learning curve for us all.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, MMA itself is still relatively young.
Yeah.
And obviously it all started, back with wrestling and everything. Everybody wanted to have that advantage, that size advantage.
Yeah. But
now everyone's doing it, so it's not really an advantage for anybody. Anymore.
It's not at all. No, it isn't. And now that you're happy with your weight class that you're sitting yourself in, for the fight obviously coming up, then, because you're not having to cut your body down, is that why you can go quite hard, like you say, quite close to the fight?
I think it definitely helps, because I'll still like about a week and a half, the Wednesday, I guess it'd be 2 Wednesdays before the fight, I'll still go out, go hard. Thursday I'll do my hard Muay Thai and do our sparring there. I think not cutting that much weight and being able to do it correctly, I think it definitely helps me be able to train a little harder, a little bit longer, closer to the fight, and stay in my groove and everything.
Yeah.
I think that definitely plays a little factor into it.
And you mentioned before how you probably won't be staying in for too much longer with the sport. Do you have a time scale how long you want to stick around for, or do you have a number of fights?
Oh, it's a very good possibility. This one in March will be my last one. It's I've been training for years. The first fight was in '09. I'm also a 35-year-old man with full-time job and family, and kids are getting bigger, and I'm wanting to be around them more.
Yeah.
So it is a very, very high probability that this will be my last one, actually.
So with that possibility, in your mindset, do you feel that if you're just going to go all out in training to just literally think, right, I'm going to have one massive blowout, like literally go full hilt, like rev that body to the limit, push it for this last fight, just literally go all out, no holds barred.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna go out there and try to point fight or I don't really see myself. I've never really been a safe fighter, anyways. But yeah, I'll definitely throw everything I have in this one because being my last one, it's like screw it,
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I'm gonna go out one way or the other. It's either gonna be good for me or I'm gonna go in there and give everything I got. And see what that guy's got. So we'll see. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna hold anything back. That's for sure.
And with this being the last bout that's potentially coming up, then how do you look back then at everything you've done with MMA? How do you feel it's affected your life? How would you look at MMA if you had to describe it? How it was in your life, your influence?
Oh, I think it. I mean, I've enjoyed every bit of it. I started late. I think I was 27, 28 when I had my first fight. But it's been great for me. I mean, I'm consistently in shape. I've met an insane number of just great people. Just being around the sport is, just up my life. There's so many good people around me, so many new friends. Guys that I literally consider my brother. I mean, it's been enjoyable, man. I've loved every second of it. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain, but I've just fully enjoyed it. And I think everybody should at least train and try it out because it's just the camaraderie and the skills you learn and you get into your body and you're just healthier, you're in shape, and like I said, you just meet so many good people in the sport. It's definitely a good thing.
I was just saying, are you going to keep training after you finish then to obviously keep in shape and just for the general health and obviously the camaraderie, like you say? Will you just keep training and keep even helping the young blood coming through?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hell, my daughter's doing jiu-jitsu now. She's 7, so she's getting into it at the gym. I'll probably focus on my jiu-jitsu a little more, try to get above a blue belt. But then my Muay Thai team, I absolutely love those guys. I'll always be around. I just won't be in there 5-6 days a week. It'd be me. I think I'll go to the gym today. And then the next day, be like, I think I'm going to drink a case of beer. It's going to be more on my schedule, when I feel like doing it. But yeah, I'll be there all the time. Like I said, my daughter's at the gym now. My son, he's 4. Once he gets a little bit older, he's dying to start training. So yeah, I'll still be around.
Well, I was going to say,
obviously going to shows, supporting everybody.
I was say you got too much knowledge. I suppose the years that you're competing, it would be a waste for you to not pass that on, really, wouldn't it?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I got a few things I could probably pass on to some guys, but I'm always there. I mean, not the greatest teacher in the world, but guys got questions or whatever, I'm always willing to give my 2 cents and see. Here's what's worked for me, give this a shot, see how it does for you, I'm definitely, like I said, I enjoy everybody at the gym, so, there's anybody that needs anything, I'll still be there for them, that's for sure.
That's awesome. Look, your fight coming up, like you say, possibly there's a high chance it's going to be the last one. Well, I want to say thank you then for stepping into cage, even though I've only got you in your last time. Thank you very much for the fights that you did before, because I compete as well in May, and do you know what? Thank you for doing it as well, man, because it takes a lot of balls to do it. People don't realise it, but it does take a lot of balls to step in there and throw it down.
Oh, appreciate it, man. No, it's cool.
And before you shoot off then, go on, and we'll have you got any social media stuff that people maybe could jump onto to give you a bit of support for your last hurrah?
I've actually never really gone out and gotten any sponsors, but it's never been a big deal to me. But I also don't like asking people for money. But if I was like a bigger name, and I was really going places with the sport, I obviously would have pursued sponsors a little more. But mainly it's just the gym, St. Charles MMA, and Art of 8 Muay Thai, and those guys, they're the ones that have
Well, awesome, dude. Honestly, look, have a great time for that weekend. Enjoy that weekend, absorb it all, and literally go out with a bang is the best way to put it, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time, and look, have a great fight.